In a new episode of his podcast, Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce said that he won't make a decision about retirement for a month and added that he's, quote, just being a regular human for a couple of weeks. You know, a regular human who's engaged to Taylor Swift and contemplating retirement at 36. Just regular dude stuff.
That's a LeBron step. 100%.
Yeah, that's a LeBron step.
Shout out to Tim Brown, though.
Now that the season is over, what is next for the Big Yeti?
Yeah, every season ends for me. I put my feet up and I just be a human because I've been putting my body through the ringer for the love of it. You know, I do enjoy playing football and the physical aspect of it. I think there's something about, you know, feeling the wear and tear of the football season to just fucking, you know, getting ready for a game knowing that your body's fucking beat down. And I think there's something to it. It makes you just feel like a mangy animal that just is fucking out here just finding a way to survive. And I just fucking love that shit. But I think just being a regular human for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, and trying to figure out what I'm going to do next in terms of my future in football. I think, you know, I've talked to a few people in the facility already, you know, having the exit meetings and everything. And they know where I stand, at least right now. And I think there's a lot of love for the game that's still there. And I don't think I'll ever lose that. I don't know. It's a tough thing to navigate, but at the same time, you know, I think if my body can heal up and rest up, and I can feel confident that I can go out there and give it another 18, 20, 21 week run. I think I would do it in a heartbeat. So I think right now it's just finding that answer and seeing how the body feels after this game and kind of when it all settles down.
I'm confused. So you're not already coming back?
What?
Chris Jones has said that you're coming back. I thought this was already
nice. That's why we love Chris. He's very optimistic. He's very optimistic.
Chris Jones' quote is, "I'm not buying it. He'll be back next year." But he also followed that up, though. He said, "I can't promise you anything."
Nice. There you go. Yeah, let's keep this thing moving. A little Eagles 17, Commanders 24. Jason, you want some thoughts on the game? I mean, obviously the Eagles didn't play all their starters, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's the big storyline is obviously the way it worked this past week for the Eagles was if, you know, Detroit beat Chicago, which did end up happening, and if the Eagles win, the Eagles could have jumped up to the 2 seed. The Eagles obviously elected to rest their starters because they prioritized the rest going into the playoffs, which I think is right. I mean, it's if the Eagles could have guaranteed getting the 2 seed by playing their starters, I think they probably would have played. But because there was this other game that also had to take place, you have the risk of injury. It's kind of outside of your control. The one thing you can control in that situation is making sure your team is rearing and ready to go for week 1. And I also, to be honest with you, I felt pretty confident the Eagles backups would beat the Commanders. And I think that they should have. They didn't finish the game well. They started off pretty good. Tank Bigsby was running crazy. I was excited to see Tanner McKee. He's played well in most of his outings with the Eagles. So there's a portion of me that just wanted to see what some of these backups and young guys could do. But yeah, it looks bad in hindsight. This is one of those things where, you know, because Chicago lost, you know, we got the egg on our face because we didn't play our starters, and we could have the 2 seed most likely if we would have played everybody. But I think of it like this too, is like
Monday morning quarterback.
If they start the starters and one of the premier guys gets hurt and the Lions don't win, then everybody's going to be on Nick Sirianni about what fucking idiot is playing his guys in a game that's meaningless.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't, yeah.
And we were in a similar situation in 2023, my last year, and the offense was struggling. We really actually had less to gain. Like, we weren't really playing for anything in that week, if I recall it correctly. And we go out there and we play, and what happens? A.J. Brown gets hurt, and he couldn't play in the first playoff game. Jalen Hurts also got banged up in that game. And I do think that was also in the back of Nick Sirianni and the Eagles' head of like, listen, the last time we played our guys in a game like this, it ended up costing us some meaningful people, and we weren't at our best against Tampa Bay. I think at this point in the season, when you get the rest and you have the opportunity to avoid somebody getting hurt and you don't know for certain that playing guys is going to help you, I don't know that it benefits you that much. And at the end of the day, you still got to go through good teams to win the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, if we're the 2 seed and we can guarantee 2 home games, that is a big thing. That is a big deal. But at the same time, like, we're going to have to play great teams regardless. And now we get a week of rest. All of our starters, Landon, our whole offensive line has been so banged up. A lot of those guys got the ability to get healthier. And then we're going to get to play. Well, and now we get San Fran, who just fought their tails off with a juggernaut of Seattle, and they're going to be coming to the East Coast. I think if this team is good enough, they're still going to find a way to get it done. I don't think that decision in Week 18 is going to determine the outcome of this team. I just think that when we play up to our potential with the defense we have and with the offensive firepower we have, I think we can beat anybody.
Well, you guys got the 49ers next week, and they've been rolling, man. They've been rolling. They had a tough one last week, but...
Dude, how good is Seattle?
That was a crazy game.
Dude, Seattle.
Shitty weather game, too.
Seattle's so long and fast, and those windows they're smaller and they close. And
they're active, man. Active.
I came away from that game more impressed with Seattle than I was like, oh, San Fran ain't very good. San Fran's still legit. I just think the Seattle defense is freaking... Man, do they got some dudes over there.
Yeah. With everything that's happened with the 49ers, man, Kyle Shanahan, man.
It's one of the best seasons.
Tip of the cap. He just keeps finding ways to fucking win. And shout out to the guys that, haven't gotten injured, that are fighting through and finding ways.
Shout out to John Lynch for building a deep roster. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to weather all this stuff. If they don't go out and get Mac Jones this offseason, they don't. What happens in those 8 games that Brock Purdy misses?
Who knows, man? All right, let's get into the rest of Week 18. Good luck to those birds playing the Niners next week, man. I'm going to be fucking glued to the TV on Sunday when they play. But the rest of the Week 18 games, Seahawks got the number 1 seed by beating the Niners. We just talked about that. The NFC South had 3 teams finish 8-9. Panthers move on due to the tiebreakers, with the 8-9 Panthers hosting the 12-5 Rams. It's a crazy, insane thing to think about. I remember some coaches coming out and saying, hey, if the record's better, we deserve the home game. But yeah. I kind of think that would...
I'm all in on the divisions.
You win the division, you get the home game. I think I'm with that,
you don't win your division, you don't get a home game. I don't care what your record is.
And now the Rams have to go all the way to Carolina, take that 5-hour trip to play a football game.
Carolina kind of like smalls their way into the playoffs. Like Rodrigo just kind of Rodriguez, Benny the Jet, just sent him out to center field, and they just held up their glove like this. And
You're
then
insane. Come on, Smalls.
We're in the playoffs. Holy shit.
Okay, we're doing this. All right. That's hilarious.
Steelers pulled it off against the Ravens. Another fucking just...
Dude, Lamar came out hot, dude.
It was an awesome end of the game.
Lamar versus Rodgers was a hell of a fucking battle.
Lamar and Rodgers, especially in the fourth quarter, were freaking on fire. Like, every time you thought one of them outdid the other one answered. And it came down to the wire. Lamar got them in position. But yeah, you missed the kick. I mean, it's unfortunate, right?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And actually, Mike Tomlin had another Mike Tomlin quote about how unfortunate it is, and just how, sometimes the ball just doesn't go your way, Yeah. He says, in quote, you know how it is missing a field goal. If my aunt had male parts, she'd be my uncle.
I wish you would have just say the whole thing, Mike. I don't need you to sugarcoat it or censor it. Yeah, if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. That's what the saying is. It doesn't hit the same with the male parts, but it is a great one.
It's a banger. And we got the playoff picture. We were just talking about the Eagles playing in San Fran, hosting San Fran, that is. Being the number 3 seed. Rams going to Carolina. Green Bay at Chicago. The Bears hosting a playoff game at Soldier Field. That's epic. Steelers hosting the Texans with the 4-5 matchup. Buffalo has got to go down to Duval. How about it, man? Those guys are fucking rocking, but you can never count out Josh Allen. And then you got a fun one, man. 2 awesome quarterbacks. Love watching both these guys play, with Justin Herbert versus Drake May. And they'll be up there in New England playing, man. Which one's your favorite game?
Well, the game I'm most excited about is Philly versus San Fran. I do think that's one of the more exciting games in the first round.
There's a little bit of an NFC playoff like rivalry between you guys for sure.
No doubt. We've had a lot of meaningful games really over the last 5-6 years.
Hell yeah.
Because we've both been really good. I'm looking forward to all of them. That's why the playoffs are so good. I'll be honest, I still wish it was 6 teams. I don't like that there's 7 teams. I don't like that there's only one bye. I think it should be the old structure, but it's still the NFL playoffs. It's still the best thing around. I still love it. I'm looking forward to most of these games. I think the ones that I'm probably San Fran, Philadelphia, they're probably Jacksonville, Buffalo. The 2 6-3 games are probably the most exciting ones. What do you think? What are the games you're most excited about, Trav?
I mean, the one I just talked about up in New England, I think that's going to be fun as hell to watch. Buffalo, Jacksonville game, I'm pretty fucking jacked for.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who comes out on top on that one.
Do we have a most likely upset? Who do you think's going to lose? That's favorite. I mean, either of the 4 seeds, which that's not an upset, though. Are we going upset by seed or upset by...
Seed.
Well, then the obvious answer is like LA is going to beat the piss out of fucking Carolina, right?
Until that ball just finds the mitt.
Hey, sometimes when you got that Angels in the outfield luck to you, it just,
you got the...
Taylor Swift did everything she could to make it up to Clyde Edwards-Helaire after missing his wedding in 2024 due to her Eras tour schedule. Swift had quickly formed a close friendship with Edwards-Helaire and his now wife, JoJo, after going public with her relationship with Travis Kelce in September 2023. However, she was unable to attend the wedding because she was performing in Dublin at the time. According to the Kansas City Chiefs star, Swift personally called the couple to apologize for missing their big day, with Kelce by her side during the call. The Dublin shows took place just 1 week after Kelce surprised fans by appearing on stage with Swift during her concert in London. Despite Edwards-Helaire telling Kelce he didn't need to attend the ceremony, Kelce insisted on being there. "Nah, Taylor's already sending me." "It's good," he replied. Swift then flew Kelce back to the United States so he could attend the wedding in Louisiana. Kelce and Edwards-Helaire are known to be very close, and Kelce has been a strong source of support for his teammate, particularly as Edwards-Helaire dealt with PTSD during Chiefs training camp in the summer of 2024. His struggles became so severe that he was hospitalized at one point. While he has never disclosed the exact cause, Edwards-Helaire previously revealed that in 2018, he was involved in what he described as a self-defense situation when an 18-year-old attempted to rob him and a friend at gunpoint. Reflecting on Swift's efforts to ensure Kelce attended the wedding, Edwards-Helaire said it showed how much she understood the importance of relationships. "She knows where everything stands," he shared.